What is up, guys? I know it's been a couple days or maybe even a week since I made my last video. Um, so I took a big step back. I decided to change how I was approaching my trading because the first 2 weeks with the large account, well, 2.5 weeks in October, I made like $12,000. And then in 2 days I lost like 9,000 of it, and then the next day I lost another 4,000 of it. So then within 3 days I'd lost $13,000. And then I'd have a day in between where I'd make 400, or not really in between, but like the next day after that I think I made 400, and then the day after that I lost like 2,000. So I was just trading with a large account, and over trading isn't working for me. So what I do, I reset my account and I made it much smaller. So as you can see right now it says $10,289. I made $290 today, but the account size technically is like $5,000 with 2 times buying power. Yesterday I set it to 5,000, and then I tried to enter a trade with like $5,100 and it denied me. It's like, well, you're over your amount, but for some reason it didn't take into effect any buying power. So I just set it at 10. That's 5,000 with 2 times buying power, and I'm trying to trade with as close to $5,000 or less. Today I did really good on that. So that's the goal, and I've got new rules that I'm going to follow. So my biggest problem was over trading. So I'll drag over my little sticky here. So my new rules: 3 trades a day max. I take 3 trades, try to make them quality trades, and then I'm done, regardless of what's going on in the market. Unless, there's one stock that's just going crazy up to 300% and I'm scalping it. That's different. But 3 just normal trades and I'm done. Max loss on a single trade before I walk away for the day is $150. Max loss per day is $200. So if I make my first trade and I lose like 75, and I make another trade and I lose 125, I'm done. I'm not making a third trade. I'm just done for the day. Walk away. No trades before 9:32. Now the market opens at 9:30. That's just 2 minutes, but for one, the simulation through Thinkorswim for some reason doesn't let you, it doesn't fill your trade orders in the first like minute. I've hit buy market at the bell and it take like 2 minutes to actually fill the order. I mean, you can even cancel the order 2 minutes later, it just fills it. So first 2 minutes after the bell rings, I won't buy anything. That also gives me an opportunity to see where the volume is going, which stock is, it kind of gives you an opportunity. The first 5 minutes really is kind of like a toss-up. The volume will shift back and forth between 2 or 3 plays until everyone decides this is what we're going to make happen. So no trades until 9:32 or after, and then no trades after 11:30 through 2 o'clock. So I usually don't trade in that time period anyways, because I stop at 10:30. I'm with my son, then we have lunch and this and that. But sometimes during lunch I'll be looking at my phone and seeing some stock running up or something, and I'll hop in, and usually I lose money between those times. So between 11:30 and 2 p.m. no trades at all whatsoever. So these are my new rules, and I'm going to try to follow them and really hone in, like taking quality trades, and try to grow a small $5,000 account up to hopefully like 20,000. So if I can take 5,000, turn it into 20,000, that would be just absolutely amazing, and that would be more realistic for what I'm going to be able to do in real life anyways, because acquiring $30,000 to start trading just out of nowhere is probably going to be pretty difficult. So, go over the trades today. I only made 2 trades so far. It is 2:35. The market is still live. But today they had a Fed's meeting. I think it's over with by now. So I really don't know if the markets are... I don't really know what's going on in the market. I just got back online. I haven't really looked at it since I made my trades. I made really good trades today. Well, except on CUR. I lost $25 on this. I could have made money if I had got back in for a 3rd trade, but I just decided to leave it alone because I was focused on ISEE, which in my opinion was a little bit better of a trade anyway. So we'll go over the watch list and the trades today. So this morning on the watch, BGFV was gapping up. It was the leading gapper, but it was gapping up on earnings. I don't play earnings because, like, I don't know, 8 out of 10 times you get this massive gap up, and as soon as the bell rings, it just crushes everyone. So everybody makes their money during the after hours and pre-market, and then usually everybody takes their profits and gets out of there. This one held up pretty decent. I mean, it did give you opportunities here in the first, 10 minutes to make some money, and then it's kind of U-shaped back around. It's having trouble breaking the high of day, but I don't know. I just don't play earnings. I wasn't interested. We had it on watch just because it was the leading gapper. It's also 20 million in float, so that's another reason I didn't really care about it. So CUR was what I was mainly watching at the open, just because it was also gapping up. It's 2 million in float. Has a nice chart pattern on the daily. So, it's got the 13 EMA and the 15 moving average squeeze going on. So that's what I was watching during the open. And then ISEE. It didn't really have a gap up. I was just watching this because if you see over here on the 5-minute chart, didn't really do a whole lot through the day. It was a slow little creeper, but then had this huge pop at the end of the day. Ended up making it the top gainer for yesterday. So naturally, traders look at the top gainer from the day before, and sometimes they'll, if nothing's going on, they'll get it moving, and that's what happened today. So, and I was really happy with this trade because this is kind of like my favorite setup on a normal day, and I just happened to catch it early today. So the stock, pops up, comes back down, stays under the high of day with very little volume, and then the volume rolls in. I got in early in anticipation for this. So let's go look. ISEE, it was the first stock I pulled the trigger on. A minute later, I pulled it on CUR. We'll go over that. But ISEE, I bought 2,500 shares at 205. Oh, let's get the timestamp. 9:39. That was this candle right here at this line right here, 205. So, well, just a hair under that line. That's where I hopped in because it was staying pretty flat, very little volume, and then popped up, come back down a little bit, and then just this right here is where the volume came in. This is kind of where I got excited. Let's see. And I was selling 500 shares at a time on the way up. So I was like 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here, 500 here. And that was the last trade I took. I was completely out there. I mean, I did leave money on the table, but I made $315 with 2,500 shares at $2. 205 is an entry. So I'm not going to try to do the math in my head, because if I get it too wrong, people are going to make fun of me. So let me do the math really quick on my phone. 2,500 at 205. That's $5,100. So I used my entire account basically on this trade. Sorry about that. So $5,100 trade, or $5,100 into the trade, still made $315 on the trade. It's pretty dang good in my opinion. So let's see what the percent gain is on that. 6%. So not amazing, but 6% gain is pretty good. If I could make 6% every day, I'd be rich. So, I mean, 6% every day would be $315 a day. That's pretty freaking good money. So, the next trade I took was on CUR. And, you know, it, like I said, it had this gap up, and then it had resistance at this line here. Also, resistance at this line here. So, I was watching both. I got in 500 shares at 185 at 940. Right here before the break of this resistance line. And then it couldn't hold up and came back down. I got scared it was going to flush down, so I went ahead and got out because I was focused on ISEE, which, I mean, it came down pretty low after that. But I didn't draw this line until after the stock was already up here. So if I'd have drew this, you know, of course I would have seen this would have been a good entry, and there was a lot of money to be made. But like I said, I was more focused on taking profits on ISEE. So I didn't get back into it. Plus, like I said, I'm trying to not overtrade, trying not to just jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. Another stock that popped up that we kind of watched was SES. This has been a top gainer, or it was a really big top gainer on October 14th. You know, it gapped up from $5 to $10 and ran all the way to 26. So today, you know, it came down to 673 and then went all the way up to 760. So almost a dollar spike here. You know, could have made some good money there, but I wasn't really watching it. Like I said, I was watching the stock I was in, ISEE. Well, actually, I wasn't in it at this point, but still, I wasn't interested in SES at the time. Let's see. Yep, that was the only two stocks. And I was going to just show the quick little clip of my trade on ISEE. Let's see, what time did I get in it? Basically 9:40. Crap. Oh, too far. So I wasn't even, I had CUR here and I had ISEE on my other monitor, but I do pull it over here eventually. I think as soon as I sell this, I get in it. But we can watch this trade play out really quick and then watch the ISEE trade play out as well. But you'll see a little drop down up here when I do enter ISEE. Let me make this full screen so it's not confusing with my trading platform in the background. So I've already pulled the trigger on ISEE because you can see up here that I've got I don't have, you know, $10,000. So then I pull the trigger on CUR. So I'm in it with 500 shares, hoping it would continue up, but resistance at 185 was pretty tough to break down. So I'm waiting, I'm watching, hoping it turns around, goes back up. Oh, okay, great. I pulled the chart over here. I completely forgot I did that. So you can see over here my ISEE trade. So I'm already up $92 here. I got 2,500 shares. Oh, pull it over there. I'm out of this. I end up switching this over so we can just see it on the main chart here. All right. So you can see average price 205, 2,500 shares. Waiting on the volume to come. It's picking up a little bit. You can see right here it's already over most of the volume sticks, and then here's a lot heavier volume coming in. I'll go ahead and take off 500 shares, taking some profits. If it would have moved quicker, you know, obviously I would have made more money, but I wouldn't have been taking them off every 3 to 4 cents. But my goal was to try to sell as much as I could up by 225. Honestly, I don't even know. I think I sold one 500 share lot at 225. So it had heavy volume, but it just was not like blasting up. It was just kind of creeping. You can see on the daily chart over here, I mean, it's getting up to its old highs from yesterday. And that's why 225 was my main goal, my main target. Because, you know, we kind of knew it would reach the high of yesterday, but we thought that might be resistance and it would turn there. So that's why I'm also taking profits on the way up, just in case it turns 2 or 3 pennies early, which it sometimes does. So I'm still holding 1,500 shares. Getting nervous here that it's going to turn around. I think I sell 500 just a tad lower. Yep. So I took off another 500 there just to be sure. Now I'm only holding 1,000 shares. Average price is still 205. I think my main goal is to try to lock in $300 in profit, really, which is dangerous to trade like that, but and you can see the time and sales is going slow, but the volume is still, you know, pretty decent. And the bids keep climbing. The ask keeps climbing. Put out 500 at 219. Pretty sure it gets filled there. And boom. It's 220, 221. Honestly I think I pulled it down to get filled. I don't think I just market ordered out the last 500, locked in 315. So that was the trade there that I made on ISEE. So that was basically my day, and the rest of the day was just and it continued higher, and higher. And it eventually did sell down. Let's see. Yep. Anyways, that was the day, my trading day. And that's it. And that's my new account now, basically trading with $5 grand, with 2 times buying power. So basically 10 grand. So I set it at 10, so I didn't have to mess with it. I'll never go over 10 grand. If I do, I'll adjust my profit based off, you know, mathematical equation, you know, whatever, you know, with the max amount. Like if I went over 10 grand, let's say I traded with 12 grand, you know, I would take off the 2 grand, whatever, and how much profit would have come from the 2 grand and balance it all out. Because I want to be as honest as possible, and see how I am trading with a small account with rules that I need to follow with 3 stocks a day or 3 trades a day, max loss of 150 or 200, not trading until 9:32 or any between lunch hours. And hopefully that helps me become a better trader and more profitable. So if you're interested in following this journey with me, it'd be awesome. Hopefully I can fund it with a real $5,000 sometime in the next year, and between now and then try to perfect this. If I can turn 5 into 20, maybe next year I'll turn a real 5,000 into 20,000. It's the goal. But thanks for watching.